Well, let's go back to
or not,
to
not
Bill
even
Clinton.
not even to say
Bill Clinton did it because he wanted to get the respect of the black people, and he wanted to get that.
Bill Clinton played us too,
and he thought he tried to play us like he was black. You know, he wanted to be the black president. He kept saying, "I'm the first black president."
Yeah,
okay?
He went on Arsenio Hall and played the saxophone, and Negroes was overtaken by that.
So, look, he played the race card with us in a flip-flop. Obama played us with the race card in another flip-flop because he had to win the white votes. It's just a difference on what side of the fence you're on.
Yeah, but
I thought the first black president was Clinton.
Yep,
he thought he was.
That's what he said. When he got out of the presidency, he moved right to Harlem.
You know, only thing I'm saying about what Obama did, he had to ensure his endorsements, man. And you understand what I'm saying? Because guess what? There were some influential black people who actually were behind him. Yeah, they were stars and stuff, but he had to make sure he got some big money. See, unfortunately, when you out there and you getting the other votes, it's easier for like people like Clinton to get that because you know his family came from old money. His wife came from old money. You understand what I'm saying? So they didn't need as many to search for many endorsements because they already had them because they both held different seats.
Right.
Barack Obama came from a little small Chicago, Illinois. He was nobody really.
That's what you would think. You know that? That's what you would think, right? But check this out. Barack Obama came up against the Clinton political machine and won. How did that happen? You know how deep their political machine is?
Well, I'm still trying to figure it out.
Clinton been the president for 8 years, okay? On top of that, he was the governor before that. He knows everybody. Been everywhere. Clinton, Hillary Clinton, first lady for 8 years. You know, been a senator longer than Obama. Her political connections and everything were far deeper than his. Money, everything. How did Barack Obama just come up out of nowhere, just a bushy-haired Negro, come up out of nowhere and win this election?
That theory, and I keep telling you, he was set up. Nobody really wanted to be president to try to clean up this stuff.
It seemed like Hillary
George
Clinton
Bush.
wanted it real bad to me.
But then when she realized it and they took her in the back room and said, look, girl, sit down and smoke that cigar. Let me tell you what's really going to happen if you get that office this year. You might want to rethink that for a couple of more years because guess what? This is really a mess.
Right.
And nobody really wants this mess. George Bush has started wars. He messed up he did the 911 because that was an inside job. And all this, and so they just talked her out of it, man. They talked her out of it.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, for real, seriously, can't you see how he really was set up? Look at the gray hairs on his head now. They done worried the man to death.
Yeah, I see the gray hairs on his head.
I mean, seriously, let's talk about that. Really, do you think that there's anybody out there that really wanted this stuff like this? Because, see, they didn't want nobody else to look bad. So why not? If either it's going to go one way or the other. Either this black man is going to straighten it out and be like the basketball stars that come out and they, you know, hooping and they on top of the world, or either he going to fail. So it's one or the other. But if he fails, guess what? Then we don't got to worry about another black person running for a while because it's going to look real bad and ain't nobody going to be able to get in there. You understand what I'm saying? I believe it was a setup. I believe it was a setup. And that's how Joe Biden became his vice president because he's like, I need to keep my enemies close.
You think Obama picked Joe Biden?
Joe Biden talked about him like a dog, man, like he was less than.
And Obama still picked Joe Biden?
But look at all the selections that he made, man. Look at all the selections he made.
Yeah,
I think a lot of the people that he picked for his administrative cabinet were bad picks.
I don't think he picked Rahm Emanuel for his chief of staff. I don't think he picked Joe Biden. I don't think he picked a lot of those economic advisors and stuff. You know, Larry Summers and all the rest of them. Or Tim Geithner or any of the rest of them. You know, I think they were pushed in by other people.
Well,
okay?
I mean, that's true.
But anyway, let me tell you this. Jeremiah Wright, this is during the campaign. Hold on a minute. Let me say this. That for the listeners and everything, you can call in at any point and give me what you think about Barack Obama and what I'm saying or what Debbie's saying. And the call-in number is 347-688-2902. And we'll certainly listen to your opinion and kick it around with you about Barack Obama. But I'm just going to continue right now.
Don't everybody call at once, because I know you got some good facts out there.
You know, it's people that love Barack Obama. It's people that will almost kill for Barack Obama, because anytime I say anything against Barack Obama, it's pretty much like me saying something against Eddie Long down there in Georgia.
Yeah, yeah, you know, I don't like to talk about it. You know, it's just this subject.
I said a whole lot about Eddie Long before 5 young boys came out and said he was a sexual pervert.
Sure.
Okay? I said a lot about him, and then people were coming at me like, hey. I knew he was a rip-off flim-flam man, and I really smell another rip-off flim-flam man in the presidential office.
No.
Okay? Now, let me tell you, Jeremiah Wright says Obama threw me under the bus. This is from the Huffington Post in 2010 of May. The Reverend Jeremiah Wright, Barack Obama's controversial former pastor, said in a letter obtained by the Associated Press that he is toxic to the Obama administration and that the president threw me under the bus. In his strongest language to date, the administration's 2-year-old rift with the Chicago pastor, Wright told the group raising money for African relief that his pleas to release frozen funds for use in earthquake-ravaged Haiti would likely be ignored. Okay, the funds are frozen for Haiti for some reason, after Obama promised them all kinds of money, like $100 million or something to rebuild over there. Last I seen, they were still in 10 shanties and 10 cities and stuff. Stuff from Jeremiah Wright where he says that Obama threw him under the bus. No one in the Obama administration will respond to me, listen to me, talk to me, or read anything that I write to them. I am toxic in terms of the Obama administration. Wright wrote the president of Africa 6000 International earlier this year. I am radioactive, sir. When Obama threw me under the bus, he threw me under the bus literally. He wrote, any advice that I offer is going to be taken as something to be avoided. Please understand that. Then Senator Obama cut ties with Wright when his more incendiary remarks became an internet sensation in the spring of 2008. Obama denounced Wright as divisive and destructive and later cut ties to the pastor altogether and left Wright's church.
But so did Oprah Winfrey.
Okay, Oprah Winfrey left the church too.
Yeah, but they were saying that, Reverend Wright had denounced white people and was calling the white people like devils. And
No. He was saying, God damn America for all the murdering and the killing that they do. His whole statement was taken out of context and everything. And they just threw up
it says here, Winfrey was never comfortable with the tone of Wright's more incendious sermons, which she knew had the power to damage her standing as America's favorite talk show host. She is a businesswoman first and foremost, and his tone was damaging her show.
Right.
Because they were saying that it was more to it than him saying that. They were saying that he was dogging like white people.
Okay, well, you know.
He wasn't giving back to the community.
No, but Jeremiah Wright was not about that. He was not like a racist, dogging white people and stuff like that. He was just making comments, that if America's going around murdering and bombing and killing kids and doing what they do, then God is not going to bless America for that.
Okay, but it seems like his message to them, because she's quoted again saying, Reverend Wright's anger-filled messages didn't surprise her. So it wasn't one message, it was a whole conglomerate of a lot of messages that he was throwing out there that were starting to run people away from the church. So it wasn't just Barack Obama leaving.
I don't know about that, but I'm going to tell you this. Barack Obama threw Jeremiah Wright under the bus. Jeremiah Wright was a long-term friend. Barack Obama sat in his church for some 18 years listening to Jeremiah Wright and his liberation theology. Okay? He married Michelle and Barack. He baptized the kids and everything else. He was a family friend, and he got other connections to Barack Obama that we'll talk about in a minute.
Well, they just said that, unfortunately, and unfortunately, that's just like any good politician. Unfortunately, they got to cut the ties with what is not beneficial to them.
Okay.
Because let me tell you this: if I'm out talking to people and whining and dining some business people, and you come up and you stumbling drunk, I'm gonna disassociate myself from you, and you calling me saying you know me. So it's the same thing with Barack Obama, because they're saying his relationship and the things that were starting to happen in the church, and the same thing with Oprah Winfrey and a couple of other people that left that church at the same time, was that he was starting to do things that didn't set right with them as far as their businesses and their personal politics. And I can see you leaving on that. So yeah, he might have threw Reverend right under the bus, but it wasn't intentional. It was just, hey, if my career is going to get damaged, I'm not going to let you damage it.
Well, Jeremiah Wright was no stumbling drunk. And that's what Barack Obama tried to play him off as. As a matter of fact, Barack Obama made a few moves. The first move was, that he didn't hear, and he never heard Jeremiah Wright make those kind of speeches. But nobody could believe that with him sitting in there for 18 years. Okay? So then he went off into, well, he's like an old uncle at the picnic, saying a bunch of crazy stuff, but nobody listens to him. Nobody bought that either. So then he finally just threw him under the bus and just disassociated himself with Jeremiah Wright completely. Okay, I didn't like that because number one, Jeremiah Wright never said anything wrong.
Okay, this right here, this is
so why would you even back off?
Here was another thing that he said recently. I guess they're saying that he said Jeremiah Wright tells church youth all whites are liars.
Well, that's something that you're reading from a internet link.
Yeah, but still.
I can't say that Jeremiah Wright said. I don't know where that came from and the internet link and who's saying that. Is it a direct quote or anything like that?
All right, we got a caller, area code 678. You're on the air.
Hey, how you doing? This is Vladimir. Just calling in here, y'all dogging out Obama. I don't understand why I hold Barack Obama to a higher standard than you hold his predecessors.
I'm not holding Barack Obama to a higher standard, caller. I'm holding Barack Obama to the same standard that I held George Bush, Bill Clinton, and all the rest of them. The same standard. And I expect the same from Barack Obama in the urban community.
Did you feel like his predecessors? Did you feel like his predecessors did a better job than he did?
No, he did a horrible job. But just because Bush did a horrible job don't mean Obama gets away with doing a horrible job.
But why?
Well, okay.
But what I'm saying is nobody has ever stepped out while the whole time George Bush was doing all the things that he was doing that we knew politically were incorrect. Nobody ever said, hey, we need to march on him. Nobody ever stood up and said, well, you know what, I feel like he's doing this. But George Bush did so many things wrong in his term, and now they want to hold Barack Obama to you're not creating jobs. The stock market is falling because you're president. I mean, come on.
What is it about Obama that you think that he didn't accomplish? What are the things that you say he's done a bad job, horrible job?
We can get on his record if you want to go through his record. I was just talking about his primary campaign and all the people who he denounced on the way up and how he set black people off to the side, like I got their vote, I ain't got to worry about them, so I'm just going to go ahead and court this white vote.
I don't think that he set black people to the side. I think he had black people's interest in mind, but I don't think he could have got in office without the white vote. They are the majority in America. There's no way he could have gotten in office without the white vote. So he can't be racist and just put all his energy into.
I never asked for him to be
black
racist.
people.
I asked for.
But Obama did. He did a lot for financial agencies and created rules where they must establish offices for women and minorities to promote diverse hiring. He increased minority access to capital. He helped push through that settlement in the black farmers lawsuit against the USDA. So it has been things he's done for black people.
I don't know.